I feel like I'm just vibing as myself. Honestly, someone could call me anything and I'd be like, okay. Someone could be like Mark and I'd be like, that's me. Like I literally don't care.
I mean, I could literally get that energy off of you from instantly.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're a go with the flow kind of person.
No, I
you're
really,
just vibing and living your life, and I love that. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Interview with My Kid. I'm Jesse Sullivan, and this is my
kid,
Arlo. So yes, today our episode is so good. I'm so excited for our guest, but before we get into that, Arlo, what have you been up to? What's going on in your life? Tell me, how does it feel to be a Gen Z right now?
I don't know. I play a lot of Sims still.
Just vibing?
Yeah.
You can't talk about Sims every time.
I know we brought it up last time, but I'm gonna bring it up again.
Okay, Sims will just be yours.
Yes, I love the Sims. My characters are dying, but it's okay.
Yeah. We both have birthdays coming up. Arlo's is right around the corner. You're gonna be 14, which to me sounds not real.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say how old I'm gonna be because...
Bro, I'll tell him right now.
Go for it.
Actually, wait.
You don't even know how old I am?
Wait.
33.
I thought you were 33.
No, I'm gonna be 33.
I thought you were already, and then you're gonna turn 34.
I'm an oldie but a goodie. All right, so let's welcome our guest, Emily Gracin, and TikToker and comedian. Welcome on set. I thought you were gonna do the Ellen thing.
Wow.
Perfect.
Is that how she does it? I literally
Something like
don't
that.
know.
The little
She
kicks.
holds it for a while. She must have really good core strength.
Yeah.
I've just started going back to the gym, and I will break the chair.
So thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. We love your TikToks. They're hilarious. And even having you back there, you're already making us laugh. So This is so exciting.
Yeah.
So what did you do this weekend? What you been up to?
Oh my God, I don't know.
Nothing?
No, honestly, wait, you caught me on a bad week and I literally did nothing.
What?
Because
Hey.
it was just too many weekends of well, I don't know if I should talk about drinking with...
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I was drinking. Pride month, it was just a lot. I needed a detox. I just needed to vibe alone in my cave. And that's
In your cave.
And we just went to Vegas too, a little bit ago, and it was the same thing. I was like, I need to literally...
You said we went to Vegas as if I went to Vegas with you and drank with you.
Yeah,
you're like, we went partying in Vegas.
Arlo is a party animal. You can't keep it away from him. Just kidding.
One day, when you're of age, y'all are gonna have so much fun together.
I'm the opposite. I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
Well, you said you both have birthdays coming up, so you guys are both Leos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm a Leo too.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us how old you're going to be?
24.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
How do
baby.
you guess? Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah, Leo's in the house. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All these fire signs.
3
love that.
Leos.
Leos are really funny, so that makes sense. They're the best sign.
Thanks.
We are the best sign.
Really.
It's not a competition. It's just true.
It's just true.
Just facts.
If you're not a Leo and you're listening, I'm sorry.
Do you know I barely know anything about zodiac signs, but do you know your rising in whatever?
Don't get me started. I'm a Scorpio rising, Sag moon.
I don't know what that means, but
Yeah.
it sounds really
Yeah, I know mine, but I don't know what it really does. I don't know what it
What
means.
is it?
I'm a Gemini rising and a Libra moon.
That's cute. I like that.
I don't know what.
Yours?
I mean, I've had ex-girlfriends tell me and make me do co-star, and I don't remember. I think there's a Taurus in there. But
It's the queer agenda,
yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, if you're LGBTQIA+.
What does a Gemini rising mean?
Gemini risings are my favorite. I swear on my life, I literally just tweeted that the other day.
Oh, I'm a Gemini rising.
I love Gemini risings. You guys are talkative, but you said you're an introvert.
Yeah.
But you can talkative.
I think it's once I get going with someone, I can if we're on a topic that I'm interested in.
Yeah,
But-
if it's something they like, I mean, they will not stop. But, if it's something they don't, they're super quiet in the corner.
Yeah, and also too more when it's with people that I already know, or if I've gotten super used to someone. But sometimes if I just meet someone, I can be really, really quiet.
That honestly kind of is a Leo thing because we're selective with our energy.
Yeah.
This is
we
so
know
true.
It's precious.
Yeah, because a lot of people will be like, oh, you're a
my
Leo,
God.
you're the biggest extrovert. And I'm like, I can be, I do stuff like this. But then at the same time, sometimes at parties or something, I'll just be like,
Yeah, exactly.
I can be if I don't.
It's once someone evokes it in me.
yeah, for sure.
I agree.
So let's get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Let's back up.
Okay.
Where are you from? You told me Florida, right?
I'm from Florida.
Okay, so what part of Florida?
Boca Raton, Florida. It's like South Florida. It's like an hour from Miami.
We're like, what house? What address? What address?
I just said an hour from Miami because it's easy for like people who don't or not from Florida because I'm like, it's the south side, it's not the north side. Because I was telling you the north side is like scary over there.
More conservative, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's giving MAGA.
The Trump flags are flying.
Yeah. Make America great again?
No.
Is that like that's a gun area, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
scary.
not. Once you go north of Orlando, it's over. Like, you're not in Florida. It needs to be two different states.
Yes.
It's not good.
I mean, that's what we were kind of talking about before, but like that's when people are like, oh, you're from Southern California because I'm from Orange County. They think LA if they don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah,
Night and day.
Yeah, because they usually assume that it's like very liberal or like very like, you know, whatever you want to call it, progressive. But definitely depends where you are, for sure. Because like basically anywhere else other than LA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously like San Francisco.
Yeah,
Northern
yeah,
California
yeah.
can be more liberal, but but you said that part of Florida was a little like more liberal than the northern part.
Yeah. I honestly grew up in a pretty liberal like neighborhood and community. Well, there are like specific Trump people that I know like from my grade, and I'll be like, why do you follow me? Like, don't follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
But like, it's not, I hear stories from other people where they grew up like, my roommate from college told me how like she grew up in North Carolina, and she said she'd show up like to school in the morning and they'd be skinning a deer like in the parking lot, and I'm like,
Jesus.
I don't like, I had it fine.
That's
like,
another level.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
another level.
Was your household specifically like conservative or
No, I'm honestly pretty lucky. They're like,
Yeah.
my parents were always very like democratic vibes.
Yeah.
Always like, yeah.
Do you think like that kind of helped shape like views now, or do you think like you were probably going to always like be this person?
I would have always been this person.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, I don't know. Because like, obviously that helped, but
Like kind of gave you more of like an option, kind of more of an open space to be that way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I feel like it helped in like the political world
Yeah.
of things, like with literal politics.
Yeah.
But like being myself. Sorry, I keep hitting this. I'm sorry. Being myself and being open. I feel like when you're like queer, you like automatically are going towards
Right?
liberal. I mean, there are
Yeah.
some exceptions.
No, there is.
that
There
we
definitely
know,
is
but-
like conservative, like gays and lesbians specifically. I see a lot, but I do think you're right. And I think also like
Yeah.
we've talked about this before on the show is like being queer makes you more empathetic and it makes you more open-minded because you're a person who's dealt with things that other people haven't. And therefore, I think that's what makes people lean towards like the more liberal and progressive side of things, because I personally believe that there's more
And
empathy involved because it's
That's
for
very
all
true.
people.
And I'm just curious, like, you said your parents were kind of more like Democrat, you know? And I'm just curious, like, because some people kind of like Democrat kind of doesn't really have like, it kind of can be a little, you tapped me, I was confused.
No, you had a little thing. on you.
People think, because like sometimes Democrats kind of still kind of have conservative viewpoints. So would you say like you grew up in more of like a really progressive where it was kind of like, oh, they were talking about it and it was open, or was it still kind of like conservative in certain ways?
Right, I get
Okay.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the second. Like they were still conservative in certain ways. My dad kind of, just with like the gay thing, you know? But like, he's cool now,
Yeah.
he's chill. But like, definitely, I think it's also like, not to make excuses, like when people are like, oh, that generation,
Yeah.
like, it's harder, because like, they need to learn and they need to educate themselves.
Yeah.
But I do think he had that like man mindset
Yeah.
of that time. Like, I think if this is really like not good, but like I think if I was a guy and I came out as gay, he would have a harder time, which
Yeah.
is like not good.
No,
but like
that is
yeah.
true. You see that a lot with parents. Like with the dad, if you were like a boy who came out as gay, it would be harder. Or for the mom, like it sometimes is harder for like a daughter to become a lesbian.
Right.
And I think that it's because a lot of times they are projecting who they want their child gender wise and sexuality wise to be, like almost emulating them.
Right.
And when you're not, they're like, Like I know, like for my mom, it was she felt like she like lost a daughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like I'm more myself than I've ever
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
You never had a daughter.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
my mom also I'm one of 8. There was 6 girls and 2 boys. Now there's 3 boys, 5 girls.
Oh, wow.
So she has enough.
Yeah. You already have some.
Yeah, I was like, you got enough of those. Like,
Yeah.
one more boy.
You got enough of those.
Enough of those things.
True. There's like a million.
That's a lot of siblings.
Yeah, it's a lot
crazy.
of siblings. Yeah. I was raised like super conservative Orange County, big Catholic family, like big, like God decided how many kids they had vibes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were
Yeah.
like in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how were they?
Not very cool about it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if my mom watches or listens to this. I love my mom. My dad
Yeah.
has passed, but when I came out as gay, it was way easier for them. Like they didn't love it. They weren't that cool with it. They were kind of just like, oh, you with your girlfriend. But when I came out as trans, that almost split my family apart.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a whole different vibe.
And that's messed up because I hear that from a lot of trans
too,
people that
yeah.
it's like, they're like, the gay thing was fine, but then, but
Yeah.
it's like, why? Why should it be like that?
Well, why do you think? That's a good question for you. People ask me that all the time. I've answered that so many times. What do you think?
I think that, when I've talked to people who are like, I don't want to say transphobic. Maybe like they have not good, I don't agree with their viewpoints.
Right.
Like people have been like, well, why would you choose to be someone else? Like, why would you choose another gender?
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like they're just used to like things being black and white and like how things are supposed to be. And you were born this way and you have a this, so that makes you this.
Yeah.
And so I think it's so much harder for them to see out of that box. For some reason, that box, well, I think society makes that box more like hardcore
Rigid and-
than like
Yeah.
the gay thing.
It's
Yeah,
very,
no,
very
definitely.
misunderstood. Like when it comes to like gay people, I feel like the reason that it might be slightly a little bit more understood sometimes with like parents and stuff. Like you said, obviously, yeah, like there is a box, but I feel like it's just in general so misunderstood.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. I think like that. I also think that people hold gender so fundamental to who they are as human beings when in reality it's not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
versus like sexuality is something they feel more like that happens as you grow up in life.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to then like deconstruct fundamentally who they believe we were from like a sperm to an egg, people are like their brains can't handle it. They're like,
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just,
agree.
I think like gender nonconforming people are like some of like the most like misunderstood when it comes to the LGBTQ. Like, I feel like for some reason, I don't know exactly why or what's going through people's minds, but it's so much harder for them to wrap their head around it and accept it. And like even people who are like somewhat supportive, you know what I mean? Where like they try to be like nice or whatever, but they still say stuff that's like kind of like, like you clearly don't understand it. Like they really just like don't, like that's why I feel like it's good even to just make videos that straight up, like very basically explain like the idea of being trans, because even people, like I said, like even people who like try to be supportive, they still just do not understand it, like at all.
Yeah, I think that people always have, now I see that people have a harder time like with gender nonconforming people, as you're saying,
Yeah.
like as opposed to just trans people, because they want to be like, well, which one is it? Are you one or the
Yeah.
other? And it's like, no, babe, like this is all, once you realize that everything is literally made up in society, life
Yeah.
is so much easier.
It is,
Like
yeah.
it's literally made up.
And you
Like,
go by she, they, right? So there's a part of you that then identifies with kind of, like
Yeah.
how does that define for you?
I feel like I'm just like, I initially was like she, they with intentions of like, I feel like eventually I'll just be they, them. I feel like with me, and I need it, I mean, I don't know. I guess everyone's different, but I guess I'm putting other people before myself, but I'm just like, I hate when someone stumble. Like, I just don't even want to deal with it. I feel like I'm just vibing as myself. Honestly, someone could call me anything, and I'd be like, okay. Someone could be like Mark, and I'd be like, that's me. Like, I literally don't care.
I mean, I could like
So-
literally get that energy off of you from like instantly. That
Yeah.
you're just like, you're a go with the flow kind of person.
No, I
you're
really-
just
yeah.
vibing
Yeah.
and living your life, and I love that. And I love that you said that, like, I think it's different for everybody, and for you, that's where you're kind of landing on it. But I heard someone, like a trans person, say, and I identified with this so much. They were like, I stayed away from my family when I first transitioned for them. Because they're like, I literally felt like I was bothering, upsetting, hurting them, or what they messed up my pronouns and they would get embarrassed. So they were like, I literally like just pulled away. I did the exact same thing because it felt the same with my family. And so that almost sounds like a little bit of what like you're saying. Like it's almost like it's just easier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
And like also,
right.
and like also too, like if so, like you were, I think you kind of like were about to say it for a second, like you don't want to deal with people like messing up too, because like when that happens, it's like kind of uncomfortable,
Right.
And like at that point, like I don't know, it just is kind of like it
Let
just
me
kind of
ask
makes
you
it
this.
awkward.
If you could
Yeah.
like literally like pretend other people didn't exist, how would you feel gender-wise? Like what would you identify as?
That's why I like she, they, because there have been times where people are referring to me and they're saying they, and I'm like, that makes me uncomfortable. And then sometimes, like, it's both, because then they'll be like, that's her bag, and I'll be like, I hate that. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll just deal with both.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know.
You're
That's how
somewhere
it's been
all
for
of
like
it
a
and none
year.
of it or something.
Yeah, like it depends on the day,
Yeah.
you know? And so I'm just like, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like like hearing both is kind of like enough. Like, if I get too much of one, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I think that's a really great thing for people to hear you say too, because I think there's like this preconceived idea that like LGBTQIA plus people are like so rigid, like you mess
Yeah.
up my pronouns, I will literally never talk to you. Like,
Yeah.
and I've actually never seen that.
Yeah, I've literally-
Yeah.
With people around me, like everyone I know is so understanding.
And also too, I hate when people get clips of like trans people in public and then they like film them like freaking out on someone for like messing up their pronouns. It's like you did not mess up their pronouns. You were filming them, calling them like the opposite of what they were purposefully.
Yeah.
There's a difference
Right.
between messing up real quick.
gaslighting them.
Yeah, there's like a difference between like messing up real quick and be like, oh, sorry, and then moving on, versus like filming someone and being like, like this is so like you're crazy. Like what are you doing? Like
Trying to
like
like evoke that.
yeah, like you're
Yeah.
trans. Like what? Like
there's a difference between, you could tell when someone's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, you can tell.
yeah, I know people, like there are people that I went to high school with that have transitioned and are very clearly like who they are, like go by whatever they go by. And then I know people who will be like use their dead name
Yeah.
and like specific, like they look like who they, I guess, but that's subjective. I was gonna say they look who they identify as,
Yeah.
but that's kind of, and they're like specifically going out of their way to like use their old pronouns. Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that?
I
Like,
know. And when that happens too, like when it happens to me and like someone says she, I'm like, where?
yeah.
Where is it?
Exactly.
Where are you getting that?
That's
You
what
know,
I
other
yeah.
than the fact that you found out I'm trans. you
Right.
know?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
So,
Yeah.
But okay, let's kind of like go into where you started doing like comedy and stuff. Like, how old were you when you kind of started doing that, or at least knew you wanted to?
Well, okay. Well, I always make like Facebook videos when I was little, and like
Yeah.
I wanted to do YouTube, but I couldn't get like I would make videos, but like I couldn't get myself to like sit down and edit them because I'm very ADHD, and I'd be like, that's too much work. I can't
Yeah.
do it. And so then I always wanted to do comedy, but I didn't think I was like funny enough. So then I was like, I'll go to school for journalism because I was like, I could be like a talk show host or like a radio show host,
yeah.
and I don't have to have like talent.
Yeah.
I could just like talk to people. And then I graduated college in quarantine, and I was stuck in quarantine with my mom in her little condo in Florida, and I was like, I literally am gonna explode. So I would go in my car and drive around and just make TikToks,
Yeah.
and then people started watching them, and I was like, bet. I was like, this is my door. Like, this is the,
Yeah.
because I needed to look for a job, but it was like it was locked down. So I couldn't even get a job, so I was like, this is my job.
Right.
And I was like, creator fun. Like at the time, I was
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Yeah.
And then I just started making them. And then once I like started really building my platform, I was like, I've always seen it as like a stepping stool to do stand up, because I really want to do stand up. Like that's my goal.
Yeah, I could see you doing that. I know you
Thank
just
you.
started, right?
Yeah.
But I could see like you doing like Netflix specials and
Oh,
everything
thank
eventually
you.
for sure.
Thank you.
And so where was that moment, like during the pandemic, you're posting your TikToks? I remember like seeing you, that's when my TikTok blew up, was a pandemic.
That was
probably
the time.
Yeah, that was like the time.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing your stuff, and I remember like seeing like your videos like go really viral. Where was that moment where you're like, okay, whoa, like people are really responding to this?
That's a good question. Honestly, I think when I started specifically making fun of straight friends, like your straight friends, and then I just kept like I would like make a video, it would go off, and then I would just like keep doing that video. And so the first one was like making fun of my straight friends, and like people kept commenting like, oh my God, like I have straight friends who do that. And I realized like, honestly, I think the key to TikTok is like, or like any social media, is like just being relatable. Like people like, I always say this, but I think that like humans are kind of like innately selfish in a way, where they want to like relate. Well, maybe it's not a selfish thing. Maybe it's I don't know. But like I feel like we all want to relate to each other.
Yeah.
And so like once I started making videos and the comments were like, me too, I was like, that's the key. I just need to do shit where people are like, me too.
Yeah. Well, and it's specifically on TikTok too, like shares are like one of the biggest things that get you views. So if it's relatable and people are sharing it because they're like, oh my God, this reminds me of blah, blah, blah. Like our friend that does this too, like that's where literally like it goes viral. 100%.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of your TikTok videos, how do you deal with like haters in the comments or, you know, any mean stuff?
Honestly, like, I don't get that much hate. I think it's because I feel like people in comedy, I don't think I get come for that much. People come for me that much because, like, are you gonna come for someone who can like make a joke about you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's like armor kind of. Like they're like,
it's different.
You're gonna make fun, like how Drew will just put people on blast. Like people are not gonna come. I mean, they stay trying to come for her.
They
but
try,
like
but most of her comments are literally like loving her, supporting her.
right, because she's like coming out here like I'll make fun of you. Like, are you really gonna try? So I feel like that's what it is. But I get like a couple of the conservative people, but I kind of just I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really like bother me. I don't know.
Most of the time too, we laugh, or like if I'm with my girlfriend and I get like even if it's like really bad, I'll be like and like point to the comment, like we laugh together. We're just like, it's very, very rare if it bothers me, and it's usually if anyone ever comes for them, then like my parental instincts kick in, and I'm like, I'll find this person. That's rare. That's like the rarest of all. Like they get like pretty much zero.
There was one video, for some reason, this one specific video that did really well on his account, and people were going crazy about me in the comments. They're like just being so mean for no reason.
That's
mean.
mean.
Yeah, and it was
just mean to a kid.
And it
That's
was,
people have nothing better to do.
The thing is too is like it wasn't even like an important topic. Like I think it was seriously like I didn't even know, it was like a funny TikTok we made, and which was like a sound in the background, like we weren't even talking, and people got so mean, and I was like, for what? For what?
People hate to see people being authentic
That's
with
what I'm
themselves
saying.
because
And-
they're projecting.
Yeah, and
Just
another
know
thing
that.
is too, is like in that specific video, we looked like very us. Like I had like dyed hair. He like had like his chain. You know what I mean? Like we looked very like our style, and I feel like so it kind of made people more like, oh, like.
That's why. But it's because I really think that these conservative people or people who hate on people just being themselves, it's because they know that they could never do it. And it's like a deep-rooted jealousy thing.
That's 100% true. I've always thought that like it's so deep-rooted in jealousy because it's like, they're like, how can you be this like brave to do this and be honest about who you are, and like I can barely like.
And I'm not even gonna lie, some of them are honestly really creative. Like some of the
comments.
sometimes
they are funny. We'll like actually laugh.
Like,
and be like, that's pretty good.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like even
like okay, fine.
Like some of like the like on that specific video that I was talking about, like in general, like he said, like even if it's kind of mean, we usually do laugh just because it's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? To like go out of your way to do that. But like I'm not even gonna lie, some of them are like really like people know how to make jokes. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like they're supposed to be mean.
Literally like
but like
they like came in my room and been like, this comment's actually so funny. We like crack up.
Like it's
together.
supposed to
but
be like
they think they're being mean.
Yeah,
but
like they're like there's been a couple where it's like supposed to be like against us, but it's actually like pretty funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
They they think they're doing something.
Yeah,
and
they
they're really
do.
just making you laugh.
Yeah, exactly. They like helped our day.
You know, I feel like they think like, oh, I got them with this one. Like, what do you think we're doing? We're crying in our in our room, like, oh, look at this hate comment. No.
No, that's what they like. It's like their own thing where they're upset and now they're like, they want to upset you.
Yeah.
Like they want to
Yeah.
pass that energy off.
Yeah. I usually don't even like talking about hate comments, especially on social media, just because then it's giving them that attention. But I mean,
But it's not the
Yeah.
attention that they want because
Yeah.
you're
True.
laughing at it. Like the way, like Drew again. Like
Yeah.
if you like, I feel like this isn't y'all's vibe on social media, but like the times that I have gotten rude things, I'll like literally, what's it called?
react to it.
Yeah, when you react to the when you
Yeah.
post a video to the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I not know what that's called? And I'll just make fun of it, and it's like
Yeah.
funny. And I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you for the views. Like
We've done that a little bit, but like we do try to be a little like just kind of ignore it because
Yeah.
so much of our following is
And like
really
I
young.
like I
Yeah.
said, like also too, I don't even just like now talking about it, I don't even really like to give them that attention, even if it's not the attention that they want, just because it's like then they know that I saw it and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I
it's
know
like I don't
it's
even want to give them that, but it's like yeah, they can honestly be kind of funny.
So I you know, like the kind of theme of like this episode I wanted is like comedy and humor, like, and using that to kind of change the world. And I think even if your like point on your TikTok isn't necessarily like activism, I think what it does do is gives like people like you a voice. And especially if you do go on to do like big comedy shows and stuff, you're someone who, you know, is a representation of the community. And I think that's important. So where do you think you like land in all that?
what my purpose is.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I know it's obviously to be funny. Like, I can tell that's what you like. That's what like makes you happy. But like, do you think that like by being open about like your pronouns and your sexuality and all that, that you're also doing something for like young people out there?
It's funny because I'd never thought about it. And actually, I was at dinner like a couple of weeks ago with my two friends, and this girl came up to me. She was with her family. She's like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I just want to let you know, like, you helped me come out to my family. And I was like, what? No, I didn't. I was like, you're supposed to stupid stuff. Because,
Yeah.
like, I never talk. I mean, I have before, but I don't, like,
Do
regularly-
serious,
yeah,
like,
talk
yeah.
about that. I usually do, like, skits and stuff. I mean, I have two accounts. One where it's like my spam and I'll talk about stuff like that. But my main one is just like me doing skits and characters, whatever. So I was like, what do you mean? Like having a Leo,
That's
like
really
no,
cute.
stop it. But it was so cute. And then I was like, Emily, like I guess just by being yourself, you encourage other people to
Yes,
be themselves. And I was
exactly.
like, I just don't think about that. But like, and then I think about like when I was younger, at the influencers like I looked up to that were like YouTube at the time, Vine, like lesbians who I like was obsessed with them before I like realized I was gay.
Yeah, no, same.
But like, I'm like, yeah, they made me be like, I want to be like that. And I've never thought like people think that of me. Like that's so weird. I honestly can't, my brain, that's so crazy.
But it's such a good feeling, and I think you're right. I feel like just by being you, like you could literally be like showing that you work in construction. Like it doesn't have to even be entertainment.
Yeah.
And just be like, but this is me. I'm obviously like, you've been honest about your sexuality or whatever, even if you're not talking about it all the time. I feel like people need that. And sometimes almost I even think like young people need it even more than people flat out being like, hi, I'm gay. This is all about being gay. Like sometimes they just want to see
It
you
being
vibing.
normalized.
Yeah.
That's
and
so
just-
true. That's so
Yeah.
true because I feel like
I always think that.
from the beginning of TikTok, like at first I was making like only lesbian stuff, and then I specifically went out of my way to not just do that because I was like, I don't want to be lesbian. I want to be funny, and then I happen to be lesbian, and I happen to be this and happen to be that, but I don't want that to be like my thing that I'm gay. Like I just happen to be like Ellen. It's like, oh, the lesbian. Like no, like I don't want to be. You know.
I literally 100% get that, and I think like more power to you. Like I'm a little different in that sense, and I've been saying this like in interviews and stuff for a while. Is that like I want to be pigeonholed as trans? Like I literally want the world to know me as trans this, trans that, because I think it's just so needed, and I think that like you know like young people are literally dying because of this. So like for me, I'm like literally. Call me like, you know, the trans dad, the trans TikToker. Like, I love that. But I also 100% get that because I think it's based on the individual and what you want to do.
And y'all have like a great story to tell, I feel like. And I feel like the just like lesbian world is so concentrated with people who are like just lesbian.
Just
like
lesbian,
there are
exactly.
people who see you guys who have never seen a trans person with a child and
Yeah.
like or any like
Yeah.
there are people like it's crazy to think there are people out there who just like they've never seen someone who is
Yeah,
trans.
trans
Like
in
I
general,
feel like
yeah.
specifically that like y'all have that special story to tell.
I'm like very like I really get what you were saying that like you just want to like kind of be you and vibe and then you just also happen to like, you know what I mean? I really
Arlo's
get
definitely
that.
more that way.
Yeah, I really get that. I think that kind of stuff is cool because it helps kind of like, although I do think, you know, what you do is obviously helping a lot too, but like I'm just saying like I think stuff like that is cool because it helps people just see you like a person because instead of seeing like lesbian
Your sexuality first,
yeah,
yeah.
like lesbian first, they say you first, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah,
I think
get
it's
that.
good to see both. And what you were
Yeah.
saying before about one of you said how like people think like that queer people are very rigid.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if all queer people were making it their person, not
Yeah.
that you make it your personality, because I
Yeah.
don't think that you do, but like I feel like
They're
it's
just
good
their
to
full identity.
Right, like they're just being themselves. I feel like it's more like, oh, okay, like I can do that too
Mm-hmm.
without having to be like
Yeah.
this is my whole thing. And I feel like it would makes people more comfortable. Like
Yeah.
I can do that, like I can be really overt about it or I don't have to be.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like the reason that like also too putting it out there and like pushing it is, I don't want to say pushing it in that way because I know people are gonna be like, but I mean pushing it in the sense of like getting it out there, like, you know, trans people and everything is because like to get to that place where we can be more normalized, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, queer people in general, to be more normalized, we have to kind of push it a little bit. Because without that, we're just going to stay the same.
That's true.
And we're not going to really make any progress without people like him who very, you know, put it out there and
I
make
think
it on their TikTok and
We
everything.
need it all. And I
Yeah.
think that that's
Exactly,
authentic
yeah.
to you is exactly what you should be
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
You know, I think where it gets mixed up is when you can tell it's not authentic to the person.
Yeah.
They're trying so hard, they're forcing it. So yeah, as long as you're living your truth and it feels comfortable for you, that's why people love your TikToks and they're hilarious. Speaking of your TikToks and how funny they are, where do you find like the comedy in it? Like, do you like people watch? Are you paying attention to friends? And then you're like, you know what, that's gonna make people laugh.
I feel like at this point, I just feel like I've made fun of so many things that I'll just be like, where do people go? And I'll be like, the mall. And then I'll be like, what stores are in the mall? And then I'm like, I literally am like searching in my head for
Yeah.
things. But also sometimes in conversation, I'll be like, wait, I have like a notes app. And I'll be like,
You'll
I'm
like
writing it
stop
down.
someone and be like,
Yeah, I'm like, that's it. Like, I made this TikTok.
I'm just imagining your friends just like being themselves and you're like, this is hilarious.
No, I do that literally all the time. Because my friend was talking about how her mom she's like, like the condiments in here are like from 2004. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a TikTok.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my mom does the same
Yeah.
thing.
All
parents
And then I
do
made
that.
it a
For
TikTok.
some reason, all older people, like their pantry has stuff from like the 90s. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Like boomers have literally given us PTSD because I'll like throw away a full mustard now.
No,
I'm like,
no,
I'm like I
same.
can't. Like if
Yeah.
it has like, it looks like a little crusty, I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
my
I s-
mom always had, everything was so old. She's like, it's still good. I'm
Yeah.
like, it was literally went bad 4
I
years
know.
ago.
I go into like my grandma's pantry, and there's literally like beans from like 1982, and I'm like, okay,
Before
Old
you were
beans.
alive.
yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Hilarious. I know. And they also love like the cans that are in the back of
The
like,
cans.
pantry
The
for like
cans. So
in
many
case of an
cans.
emergency.
Yeah.
So many cans, always cans of beans, and for some reason like fruits, like pineapple, like canned
Yeah.
peaches,
Pickles.
yeah,
Pickles.
pickles, peaches, always
My
the
mom
cans.
just she uses like old ketchup and she's like, it tastes fine. Like, she's like, it's a myth. Like,
It's a myth.
I'm like, it's
Expiration
not a myth.
is a myth.
Yeah. She's like, it's a myth. She eats like things that are just so old. I'm like, queen, like she's fine. Like, she's vibing.
thriving.
She's
She's
thriving.
gonna outlive us all.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Maybe
that's
that's the
amazing.
key.
Yeah,
Bro.
literally expired ketchup.
Yeah.
Also, too, I've noticed, like, speaking of, like, the old kind of, like, canned things in the back of the pantry, for some reason, specifically condensed milk.
Yeah.
Why? What are you ever going to use condensed milk for?
I mean, people use it in TikToks and stuff now.
You going to drink it?
I see people make like fancy alcohol drinks with it and stuff.
It's
I mean,
good
and
in
also-
hot chocolate.
No, yeah, I know
I mean, I'm
that.
vegan.
True.
I know people, like, do use it for stuff, and I know there's, like, certain recipes. Actually, I did recently use it for like I think a pie or something.
See?
Yeah. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
But still though, they'll have like 5 from like
I know what you
2003,
mean.
and I'm like, come on now.
That's funny. No, but yeah, I honestly just will think. I try to like think of just things that my friends do, things that are relatable, like I said.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it is hard to be like, what have like I already not done. Like I feel like I've just made.
I feel like think about comedians who've been doing this for like forever. They have to be like, but I guess new things happen though.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying. Honestly, a really good, easy like what's it called? Like cheat is like something that's happening in pop culture because people are on that, and I'll be like, word, thank you for like whoever like thank you Courtney and Travis for being weird on the Kardashians because I'm gonna make fun of you now, you know, stuff
Or
like that.
Kendall cutting the cucumber backwards.
Exactly. Like there's always something, but yeah, there will always be infinite amount of things to make fun of, but sometimes it's hard.
Wasn't there something about one of those people at like the gas station? It was like, what was her name? What was
What
the
gas station?
What was the model that you just mentioned?
Kendall?
No, the Hadid. Oh yeah, I think it was like Bella Hadid at the gas station, and people were going crazy for it because I guess she like I don't know, she like looked all like didn't know how to put the gas.
But I heard that they all do this on purpose so that people do make funny videos.
because
I've
So
heard
they're
that
literally,
too.
you guys are working
Wait,
together.
No, yeah, I was gonna go off of that. That's why I mentioned that. I didn't mention it for no reason. I was gonna say because I guess she, I think, made a TikTok like making fun of herself because people were making fun of it, and I'm like, yeah, see, I feel like it's all one big circle. You know what I mean? Like each comedy person kind of just like goes off of themselves, and then it all just kind of.
So
Exposure for them.
Yeah.
Even though they're I'm not trying to say that I give celebrities exposure because they're literally celebrities, but like they know people talking about them.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially more on like social media too, because like even though they are celebrities, I feel like you know people like that more from like being a celebrity rather than TikTok. So yeah, I feel like people like you do give people like that like
exposure
on social media more.
So never feel bad. That's
I
basically
guess.
what we're saying.
Okay, fine. No, I'm kidding.
So you just started actually doing stand-up. Where are you doing it?
I went to like a random. I literally am not. It's a secret because I've been going to this random.
You don't want to plug it?
No, because I haven't done my own. I just got myself comfortable enough to go to this random open mic that's like 5 old men just sitting there that they make really not okay jokes. But like I'm just getting myself comfortable,
yeah.
and then once I'm doing stuff, listen, I'll plug my Instagram at mgrace.dog because eventually when I'm doing it, I'll let people know.
Yeah.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
It took me a second to even do that because I was really nervous. Like I was really nervous about like, I don't know, I just put a lot of pressure on myself. But these like old men, like they be laughing, so.
Well, there you go. If 5 old men are laughing, you're already at a good
That's
start.
what I'm saying. I'm gaining the confidence because
Well,
I'm
you
like,
also have to go by your TikTok. Look how many people crack up and share it and repost it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that has to be like a boost right there for sure.
yeah, it gave me the confidence to actually do it because I'm like, I am funny. But like, I feel like the whole thing was like, I was just nervous about being nervous.
Yeah.
And not even about like not being funny.
Yeah.
I just was like, I don't want to be there like, like shaking and nervous, but I'm getting over like the nerves part. So now I'm like, I'm ready. Like, let's go.
Well, make sure everyone follows
Yeah.
so that when she does finally start doing the big shows,
Her.
get all the plugs.
Period. Thank you.
Okay, this has been so
Yep.
good. We're going to play a fun game, but first
just
we're
a
going to
quick
ask
little- Oh.
2 of our favorite questions that we
forgot
ask
about this.
everyone.
Yes. What is a single thing you'd want to be known for after you leave this earth? You can take a second. You can take a second.
Oh my God.
It's a big question.
Like being authentic.
Yeah.
Like
Being yourself.
Like being actually like one of those people that like I'm actually nice.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I don't give that vibe, but like that's one of my favorite compliments. Like when someone meets me and they're like, "You're actually cool. Like you're
Yeah.
actually what I thought you were gonna be." And I'm
no,
like,
that
period.
is
Yeah.
that's such a good compliment. Like with our last guest, we were actually talking about how like when you meet a TikToker or someone and then they're not what you expect and you're so
Yeah.
disappointed. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely. You're
Yeah.
exactly like.
Literally exactly what I
You
thought.
are your like TikTok, except
Yeah.
even like sweeter and like.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Cutie
see?
little. Cutie little baby.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask this one.
Okay.
Would 10-year-old Emily be proud of Emily now?
Oh, these are so cute. Yeah, she
Yeah.
would. She'd be really proud. I always wanted to. I don't like when I was little. People would be like, "What do you want to do?" And I'd be like, "I just want to be famous."
Yeah.
But like, I don't consider myself like famous. That's a big word. But like, I always wanted to like entertain people and be
Yeah.
like known and like just be myself. And like, I never thought it would really happen. So I would be proud because I just watch YouTubers and be like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I think
And
so
now we're
too.
here.
I mean, we are proud of you. We think you're doing amazing, so we definitely think she'd be proud.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. This is so great. So real quick, we're gonna
Animal
play
game.
this game. Me and Arlo have coined the animal game.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, which is everyone on the planet, because we invented this,
I feel like other people have had to play this before.
probably something similar.
But it wouldn't be called the same thing because you made it up.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
The animal
we
game.
literally made this up. We've been
It's-
playing since they were probably like 3 years
Yeah.
old. It's really simple.
Yeah, it's pretty much just either of us will think of an animal and then the other people have to guess it. You just ask questions like, what
You
is it?
ask questions until you guess, and the goal is obviously to ask as few questions as
Yeah,
possible.
but technically you could ask however many, but yeah, you want to try
You
to.
lose if you do.
No. Well, at least
Hallie.
when we play at home, we don't do it that way.
I'm
at
just
least.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so do you want to think of one first?
Sure.
And then we'll both ask. We'll both
Yeah.
try to guess.
Yeah, so I want you to make it like easy, obviously, but not like too easy. Okay, I got it.
Shoot a question off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I can be like specifics. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, what does it eat?
A lot of flies. I feel like-
Frog.
Bro, you can't guess it
You
that.
should have done a harder one.
Well, I did it because she's new.
Okay, you can do a hard one. Do a hard
She's
do
new.
a hard one.
Okay.
one. Where does it live?
I feel like okay. So like, I think the jungle. I think,
Oh,
Is it
God.
religious? Does it believe in God?
bro. I don't
Okay,
know.
so it lives in the jungle. What?
I think like just like tree, like yeah, type that kind of area.
Then that's giving atheist to me. I don't know why.
Bro,
This is an atheist.
bro.
What is? Did you ask what it eats?
No.
No, I don't even remember. You could be like, what did you just ask? I have no
I
idea.
think you asked where does it live.
Oh,
What does
yeah,
it
yeah.
eat?
Meat, but I think it eats meat, and then it also like so like whatever it can find in the jungle. I think it might also eat fruit. It's in the jungle. I don't know. Whatever it can find. I think I could literally be so wrong about it. There's probably some like crazy like expert watching this who like studied it or whatever. I have no clue.
I doubt
Am
we
I
have
allowed
an
to guess
animal
it already?
expert. Yeah.
No, but like I
We
mean,
have one here.
no, I mean like someone like in college who like studied this who like knows all about it or something, and like I could be so wrong
Okay.
about where it lives.
Yes.
It's giving panda.
Ooh, that's a good guess.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. When you said trees, I was like, it's a panda. I was just really convinced.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Does it?
That's a good guess.
That is a
Thank
good
you.
guess. Is it like up in the trees? Is it a type of monkey?
Yeah. But you have to guess what type.
Monkeys eat meat?
Yeah, some do.
I think some of them are cannibals.
I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some.
I watch a lot
eat,
of Planet Earth.
Yeah, I've seen some eat some meat, like some chunks.
Some meat.
Yeah, some chunks.
Some meat.
So now we have to guess the kind of monkey.
Yeah.
Do you,
Um,
I really want you to guess.
This is so weird. What are we doing
like
right
a
now?
chimp. Is that a monkey or is that are apes and monkeys the same? I literally don't know.
Yeah, there's the great apes. Yeah, I think it's all the same.
Is
For,
it-
for the sake of the show, it is.
okay, it's not a chimp.
No.
Orangutan.
Yeah. You are too good at
did
this.
it.
You need to let her
It's
guess.
because I know how their brain works.
You need to let them
We spend every
guess.
waking second together, so like they'll say something a certain way, and I'll already know the answer.
Bro.
Okay, animal. Do you have one?
No. Yeah, I do.
Okay, ask a question.
What does it eat?
I literally don't know. Like fish?
Okay.
Is it LGBTQ?
Honestly, yeah. I think it's giving gay.
Bro.
Penguin.
No, but
Penguins are gay.
penguins are gay.
There is gay penguins.
What color is it?
Green.
It's green and it eats fish.
Green, gay, eats fish. What is this? Kermit the Frog.
No, but that I feel like he would fit that description.
Has he come out yet?
Is it a crocodile?
No,
Alligator?
no,
Where does it live?
the sea.
Oh, it's a sea animal and it's green. Turtle.
Oh,
Turtles they're giving queer for sure.
they
Turtles are
do.
so gay.
They are gay.
They're gay. There's no way.
The turtles are gay.
The turtles are gay.
Save the turtles, save the queers.
Don't let your kids look at turtles in the sea. They'll turn your kids gay.
All right, that was so good. I love that. We've never played that with like anyone else other than like
I'm
core people.
honored.
So you're like part of the family now.
Thank you. I'm honored. Honestly, we were already family from the Leo-ness. Like,
Literally true.
so thank you.
And
I'm
we live so
honored.
close. We gotta all hang out, go to
Yeah.
West Hollywood, do something together.
Let's do it.
So thank you so much for being here. Do you want to go ahead and look in the camera and plug your socials? I know you kind of already said it, but let's
Yes.
really lock it in.
At mgracedog on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. That's EMGRACEDAWG. Also, Gracie Doggy. That's my second account. I love her. Spelled EMGWACIEDAWGIE. I just feel like I need to spell it, or maybe you
Yeah.
won't get it. Like
No, do it.
doggy, as in like dog. You know?
Yeah.
Like dog. It's dog.
It's
Yeah.
important, the spelling.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's me.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being here.
you.
This was so fun.
Yep.
Thank you for having me. You
You're
guys are
very
the
welcome.
cutest.
So thank you for being with us for another episode of Interview with My Kid. This was so fun. Make sure you're following us on all streaming platforms and make sure you follow the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel.